In this video, I'm going to show you how to do this text effect inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. This is one that I taught before, but with legacy title now no longer a thing, there is a new technique that you need to know in order to create this effect. So let's get into it. So once you're inside of Adobe Premiere Pro, you've got a brand new sequence created. The first thing that we want to do is just create our text. So before, what we would do is go File, New, Legacy Title. But when we select that, it is going to give us a warning to say that legacy title will be retiring from Premiere Pro, so we can't use that. So let's get rid of the legacy title window, and instead let's create a new text using the type tool. So we'll select the type tool from this bar, or alternatively, the keyboard shortcut for the type tool is the T button. So just press T on your keyboard, that should load the type tool, and then we can select anywhere in this black video, and we'll just type out our word or our phrase or whatever we want to animate in. So I'm going to go for fade on text. Then I'll highlight all of that, selecting Command and A or Control and A if you're on Windows. Then we'll go over into the effect controls. We've got graphics, go down to text, fade on text, open this up. And then as you can see, we've got our fonts, we've got our weight, we've got our size here, we've got our paragraph and center aligning. We've got all of these other options here. We've got our color. So just go through the process of making your text look how you want it to look. So you can change the font, but I like the look of this one, Monsterette. You can change the weight of this. We'll bring this down a little and we'll change the color, but I'm going to keep this at white in this example, and then just come down to the transform section, center this up here and then center this up here. If for some reason though it's not centered, like it's not in this example, then you can just pull the position down until it looks like it's in the center. There you go. So with that text now created, I'm just going to zoom in on the timeline by pressing the plus button on the keyboard. Then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to increase the size of this text. So it was only 5 seconds. Now it's around 12 or 13. Now from here, what I'm going to do is go into opacity. We'll select the free draw Bezier tool. And I'm just going to draw a large rectangle around our text like this. It doesn't need to be perfect, but something like this should do the trick. Now from here, what we'll do is go to the 2-second mark roughly. We'll create a brand new keyframe on the mask path. Then we'll go back to the very beginning and we'll select the mask and we'll move this mask over to the left and the text should disappear. So let's play this back. The text is fading on, but the problem is it looks more like a wipe or an effect rather than this nice fade. So what we'll do to fix that is we'll go into mask 1 and under mask path we've got mask feather. We're just going to increase the mask feather until we get this really nice soft fade effect. So with it set to 573, I'm going to play this back from the very beginning, and that's creating this gorgeous fade on text effect. Of course though, if you didn't want it to animate from left to right, then just go back to the very beginning and make sure you're hovering over this first keyframe, and we'll change the mask down off screen, so down here. Of course, if you wanted to zoom out, then you can just go fit and select one of your zooms like this. So as you can see, that's going to fade up. I'm going to change that. I'm going to push this over to the right. Let's play this back. It's fading on from the right to the left. Push this on top. Or alternatively, you could just take it over to the side. So we've got a diagonal fade on like this. And I think that looks really nice. I'm just going to leave that at the top though, because I think that is my personal favorite. That looks really nice. Of course, if you wanted to speed this up, then all you have to do is just go up to these keyframes up here and decrease the gap between those keyframes, and that will speed that up. If you wanted to slow it down, then just increase the gap. We'll play that back, and that is much slower now. It's really taking its time to fade on. But I like it somewhere in the middle, so somewhere around here. That looks nice to me, maybe just a bit slower. Now, if you wanted to, you can combine this fade on animation with a position animation as well. So we'll go to that second keyframe, so somewhere around here. We'll create a brand new keyframe on the position, then we'll go back to the very beginning and we'll move the position up a little bit. So maybe 446. Let's play this back, see how this looks. And there you go. That's now falling into place. But the problem is when we play back the last half of that, you can see the text sort of just drops into its position. So instead, what we'll do is we'll highlight those two position keyframes. We'll right click one of those. We'll select temporal interpolation and we'll select either ease in or ease out. We'll start with ease in, see how that looks. That looks really nice. See how it's slowly drifted into its position rather than suddenly stopping and hitting the ground. It sort of fades in. It looks a lot lighter and it really works with this effect. Alternatively though, we can select ease out. Let's see how that looks. That also works as well. So either ease in or ease out are going to be your preferred option for this. And there you go. That is how you do the fade on text effect inside of Adobe Premiere Pro using the new type tool inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. So thank you ever so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate your support, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. See you there.